Welcome to Speedy Thumbs Gaming. That's right, I'm Cliff, your host. And you were here because you clicked on about the 8.3.0 update for live release. That's right, they tweaked some things including distortion and moris. We're going to step right into everything. So here we go. Up first is the mori update.
The 8.3.0 public test build, PTB, has come and gone. After spending some time reading through your feedback, we've made a series of adjustments before the 8.3.0 update releases on all platforms. In this post, we'll go through each of them and provide some additional context.
Let's see the mori rework.
Reverted the Ivory and Ebony Memento Mori offerings once again allow the killer to kill Survivor S, who have been hooked twice. Retired the Cypress Memento Mori offering has been retired. Def note, we've received a lot of feedback about the changes made to the Ivory and Ebony Memento Mori offerings during the PTB. This came down to the loss of mid-match kills and group photo opportunities, as well as concerns that the blood point reward would encourage unfun behavior. With that in mind, we have reverted the changes to the Mori offerings. As a result, the Cypress Memento Mori offering is now obsolete and will be retired. We will offer 1 million blood points for any unused offerings, which you can claim simply by logging in between October 8th and October 17th.
Alright, so we're getting our moris back, although Cypress Memento Mori is gone, but we get some blood points to compensate. Another tweak for the Skull Merchant.
New: the Skull Merchant gains 5% haste when a survivor is scanned within 5 seconds of placing a drone or changing its rotation. Change increased hindered effect when scanned by a drone to 8% was 5%. Change increased drone rotation speed to 95 degrees per second was 85. Change decreased movement speed while deploying a drone or inspecting the radar to 4.4 meters/s was 4.6 meters/s. Change fast faults are no longer detected by drones. Def note, while this update is intended to reduce the Skull Merchant strength, we received feedback that the changes may have gone too far. We've done some further tweaking and found a compromise between the old and new versions. We've also reintroduced the haste effect for a short time after a drone is deployed or its rotation is swapped. This will reward the killer for using their power actively rather than setting, and for getting or randomly gaining haste from survivors across the map. We intend to revisit the Skull Merchant in a future release for a larger rework.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to see how that works out with the Skull Merchant, right? Here we go with some hillbilly changes. Let's check it out.
Change increased overdrive chainsaw movement speed to 12 meters/s 11.5 meters/s. Def note, many found that the hillbilly's movement speed during overdrive was a little low during the PTB, making it feel similar to his normal chainsaw movement speed. We have increased it slightly, landing it between the PTB and previous live speed.
I guess we're just gonna have to see, but I think that's a good change for the hillbilly. Alright, distortion, let's check it out.
Change reintroduced tokens. Tokens now recharge over 30 seconds while in chase, up to a maximum of 2. Def note, many found a single use of distortion to be very limiting, so we have reintroduced the token mechanic. These tokens now recharge while in a chase rather than by being in the killer's terror radius. This will prevent distortion from hiding a survivor for the entire match and reward those who are play well during a chase.
Hey, there might be some hope for distortion yet. At least they're giving us 2 tokens and a way to get them back. You have to be chased, but you might be able to do that just by getting chased while they're carrying a survivor. That way you can still make a good getaway and get a token back. Ha ha! Next we got some Zanson tactic rework. Let's check it out.
New survivors who drop a pallet have their aura revealed for 6/7/8 seconds. Change reintroduced aura reading for pallets and faults within 32 meters. Removed no longer reveals the aura of survivors near dropped pallets. Def note, though rarely used, some players found niche uses for the original Zanchan Tactics effect. We don't want to stifle that creativity, so we have brought it back. Constant aura reading around dropped pallets proved to be a little strong on the PTB, so we have replaced this with a temporary aura reveal after the pallet is dropped.
Overall, I think that's a good change, yeah? Hey, and remember, if you like the content and all the news that we're providing you, hit the subscribe button. We'll thank you a whole lot, and you get to get all your news right to you. Free content, that's correct. Alright, corrective action. Let's check it out.
corrective action once again turns missed skill checks into good skill checks. New and corrective action activates. Reveal the aura of the survivor who missed a skill check for a few seconds. Removed corrective action no longer has a range limit. Dev note, we challenge you to push things to the limit on the PTB, and boy did you ever. Corrective action had some strong combos, so we're moving on to a new design. Corrective action will once again convert missed skill checks into good skill checks, and to make it more appealing, it will work no matter where you are in the map. This makes it far less dependent on being right next to someone when they happen to miss a skill check.
Wow! I don't know. I think it's still powerful to be able to see the survivor's aura who missed a skill check. And now it's world map. Wow. We'll have to check that one out. Oh yeah. Okay, so they're reworking Deathbound. Let's check it out.
Change effect now ends when losing a health state. Dev note, with the oblivious effect being removed, only when hooked, Deathbound ended up being active for far too long in most cases. We switched it to deactivate when a health state is lost, but kept the other improvements as is.
Shit, I don't really know what to think about that one. We'll just have to see how it plays out in the live server. Here we go.
Until next time, the Dead by Daylight team.
Remember, keep your butt down and your eyes peeled. You never know when the killer is gonna grab some weapon knife like this with a finger hole and shove it right in your keister. And if you like this video, go ahead and check this one out. Think you'll like this one too. We out.